Sometimes your profile is not strong enough yet to get you over the line for a global talent visa, whether it's on the promise route or the talent route. But the main reason that people fall foul of is having a services type business or experience rather than product based experience. And in previous videos, I've explained the exclusions under the global talent route. So if you have a consultancy based experience, this generally does not qualify, even if you meet the other criteria and you've been doing innovative things, let's say, and you have a great technical profile, let's say, or profile as an entrepreneur. Now, a good solution can be to begin on the startup or innovator visa and then switch visas. So the switch here would be at, say, year 2, for example. This would mean that you'd not need to be endorsed again at the end of the innovator visa term to meet those more difficult criteria for indefinite leave to remain. And you do not have to meet the other innovator success criteria, let's say, for indefinite leave to remain. I spoke the other day about my client who successfully got indefinite leave to remain under the innovator visa route. He did, and that process is more involved at the ILR application stage than the global talent route is. Now, usually if I have a long lead-in time with a client, then with my guidance, they can get to the position where they can be endorsed for a global talent visa well within this sort of time frame. I mean, 2 years, really 12 months is probably enough. So it does take various steps. So you might want an initial visa in the first instance. As I say, the innovator visa or startup visa are great options. Now, the time on an innovator visa will count towards the 3 years that you need to get ILR under the global talent route. Be careful though, time on the startup visa will not count towards the 3 years for ILR on the global talent route. So you'd have to look to, or you'd basically have to reset the clock once you are on the global talent visa. So one of my clients, before he engaged me, was on the startup visa, and that time does not count. Now, I have had other clients who have been on work visas, for example, and switched over to global talent, and the time on a skilled worker visa, or formerly the tier 2 skilled worker, that does qualify for global talent. So I've had a number of people who've switched over from that onto global talent, and then they apply immediately for indefinite leave to remain because they've already had 3 years, and that time can count towards applying for global talent. So I'll share an interesting insight with you that I learned from assisting a client recently. Make sure you check all the guidance, of course, before applying, and check everything, because the rules, for example, do not expressly permit time spent on a sole representative visa, for example, towards the qualifying 3-year period that you need to get ILR on the global talent visa. But the guidance does permit it. And I've actually done this recently with a client. So they were on the sole representative visa, which now isn't available, but a number of people are still on that visa route. And you can switch from that to global talents, but not only can you switch, but the time spent on it will count towards the 3 years. So in his case, again, we switched straight over from the sole representative visa to the global talent visa, and immediately made an application for indefinite leave to remain, which was successful. Even though that's not expressly permitted under the rules, there is a basis on one can apply legitimately and do it that way. So a quick note on the global talent and the innovative visas. You can download my free visa checklists and guides by clicking on the links in the description just below, and you can also get these links to download these checklists in my pinned comment below. Also, I have a consultation service as a lawyer, and you can book a consultation with me. You basically click on the link in the description below, and also in the pinned comment, and then just select a time that suits you from the calendar. I'd be very pleased to speak with you, and I wish you every success in your application. Bye. Bye for now.